Our next guest has taken quite a journey from being born in Germany, living in the United States, and now in Panama, where he has a ministry. And check out his book, The Illusion of Choice. And it sounds like a book was written for today because we're getting all of our information, including this information, through screens. It's all screens all day long. You never know what to believe. And I think the pastor is going to share with us some ideas, maybe some biblical principles that we might be able to take with us into these crazy times. Let's see if I could click on him and find him. There he is, Pastor Andreas Fischer. Welcome, Pastor.
Well, thank you, Mike. Welcome.
By the way, before I go too far, here's the cover to his book, The Illusion of Choice, Revelations and Biblical Principles for Today's End Times. Pastor, tell us a little bit about the book.
Yeah, well, hello, and thank you for having me, first of all. My book was basically conceived, or I started writing it during the pandemic, because it's when, during the pandemic, I found out how dependent everybody was on screen time.
Yeah.
And how dependent everybody was on information that they received. So the book brings to the readers understanding the role information plays in our lives, in our perspective, in our decision making. It's basically a book that shows the reader the impact information has on decision making and how often we then enter into what I call an illusion of choice. Meaning that we make decisions that we really don't want to make, or we make decisions that are really influenced by outside forces.
Pastor, I want to get to some of the things you outline in the book, but can you tell us a little bit about your journey from Germany to where you are now?
Yeah, I was born and raised in West Germany. Back then it was still West Germany. And I did my college there. I went to vocational school there, and then the company transferred me over to Florida to open a branch office there, and then the European Union happened, and the company went bankrupt, and I got stuck in Florida. But then I kept working on my career, and I met my wife, and I got involved in school. And within 8 years of time, we were sent to Panama to start working here as missionaries. So it's quite a journey, 3 different countries, and it's been exciting.
Also, is that 3 different languages?
Yes, I speak German, English, and Spanish.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Panama is an incredible place. I really hope to get there someday.
It's a beautiful country. I mean, we have the Caribbean, we have the Pacific, we have mountains, we have rivers, I mean, we have lakes, we have rainforests. Yeah. The culture is beautiful, the agriculture, the products are amazing. So it's a very beautiful country, yes.
Yeah. I enjoy reading stories about in America, they would take cargo down to Panama, and they take it across land because there's no canal, and they get into the Pacific Ocean and go back up to California. President Grant did it, actually. So that's
it's quite an amazing moment when you visit the canal and you go to the locks and you see how it works. I mean, it was finished in the early 1900s. It's an amazing feat of engineering, and it's you're speechless when you see it. It's amazing, you know.
Now. Screen time, you talk about screen time, and we don't know what's the truth anymore, but you feel through some principles, and I'm going to put the cover of your book up as you tell us a little bit about that, that we can apply to today that will help us be on the right path?
Well, I mean, I would like to stress that obviously the book was written from a biblical point of view. And in the book, to give an example or an illustration about what I'm actually talking about with the illusion of choice, I use the illustration of Eve in the Garden of Eden, you know, yeah. And there she was confronted with an illusion of choice. That was the first recorded illusion of choice in human history. She was somebody talked to her about the forbidden fruit, and she knew she wasn't supposed to eat it. But then all these beautiful things were told to her that if she would eat it, she would get this and that. She would get all these wonderful benefits. So that's why I call it an illusion of choice. You know, she made the choice based on the false promises that were given to her, but the real choice wasn't really about those benefits. The real choice was about would she continue to obey the word of God or not. Mm-hmm. And for us, it's the same thing. We make so many decisions today based on promises, be it for products, be it for benefits, be it in politics, you name it. And we make decisions on all these promised benefits that we're supposed to get. but most of the time we don't really understand the true decision behind it and what the impact will be for us if we make that decision. So in the book, I wanted to make clear that this is what we're facing today. And I offer a handful of biblical principles that the reader is encouraged to apply in their lives so that decision-making becomes a far easier thing for us.
Excellent. Who should be reading this book?
I mean, the book really is for everybody. Yeah. I mean, yes, it is from a biblical standpoint written for Christian readers, but really the topic is so hot and so on time that it really is a crossover book. Anybody can read it and learn from it and see that, really decision making is just so important for our lives. And we have to have a good foundation to make good foundations that are beneficial for us and keep us on the correct course for our families and for our future.
Yeah. It seems like, and it's getting to be that season, it seems like it would make a tremendous gift to give someone. I'm my mind is just racing about, man, I'm going to give this to my dad. I'm going to give it to my one of my workers, and it sounds like a nice gift. In fact, I go through, I have to attend so many events and dinner parties at people's houses, and I always take a gift. So for our viewers, check out this book, but don't order one. Don't click one. Order 10 of them and give them out throughout the year. Pastor, by the way, it is about 2:15 p.m. here in California. Is there a time difference there?
Yeah, we are on Eastern Standard. It's 4 o'clock, 4:15. Yeah.
About 4:15 there. And amazing that we could talk this clearly, that far, away, and it's amazing.
Yes.
You got any tips, and can you share a principle or two out of the book that we might apply? It's a big day, by the way. If I'm sure you know, and in the United States we're having a little election. Anything you want to
we already voted a couple of weeks ago. We did the mail-in voting. So.
Oh, you did? Oh, because you're American, of course.
Yeah, but to answer the questions about decision making, the book talks about the purpose of life also, and it's very important for us to understand that lots of our decisions have to do with the purpose of life that we feel that we have. If you live a life where you feel like your life has no purpose, your decision making becomes very casual. But if you know that there's a call on your life, that God has a purpose for you, for your life, then your decision-making changes completely, and it's very important. So in the book, there's 2 chapters that I dedicate about the calling, the purpose of life that we have. And that really helps us make decisions in a different fashion, where we disconnect these decisions from all the noise and the influence from the outside world.
Pastor Fischer, I've included on the screen your web address, pastorfischer.com. What could our viewers find there?
Well, first of all, there's a little bit about the work we do in Panama, my life story a little bit, a sequence of everything that we've been doing the last 23 years. And then there's obviously a section about my books. There's 3 more books in the pipeline that I'm going to publish hopefully very soon. Then you also have a site for my blog. And I encourage everybody to go on there. On my blog, every week I post important topics that might interest you and help you, encourage you, and make you think about certain things. You can contact me through there also. And obviously, I also have a little site there about my pet, my dog, my Doberman. He is a big part of our life, so you can learn. Nice. You can get to know him too.
Now, can we order the book at your website?
Yes, you can go on my website and just click on my books, and then the first book is Illusion of Choice, and there's all the links. The book is available on paperback, on Amazon, you can have it also in ebook. You can go on iBooks, and so it's available in digital and print form.
Find it anywhere you find your books, but I like to order directly from the author whenever I can. Now, we're running out of time, Pastor. I want to just give you a moment. Anything we didn't cover, anything you want to say about anything in the world, in fact?
Well, I just want to encourage everybody not to lose hope, just to keep moving forward. Believe in yourself, believe in the purpose that God has for you, and I know that good things will happen for you in the end.
Very good, and this book could help anyone. Like I say, I know people. I'm going to give it to you right away. And so don't go order one copy. Order a stack of them. I always order at least 5 books whenever I'm online. And Pastor, I really appreciate you taking the time, talking to us all the way from Panama, it's kind of a miracle in itself that we can do that in this day and age.
Yes.
By the way,
Yes.
you said you wrote the book during COVID. Because of COVID, we have this show. We are a local, regional California show, and all of a sudden we couldn't have any guests on the show, so we had to learn Zoom, and it developed into this international effort. So talking to Panama Live. Thank you, Pastor Andreas Fischer. Go to his website, pastorfischer.com, and hope you'll come back again, Pastor. By the way, you have another book in your head? You got another book going?
Yes, the next one will be about finances, about living debt-free.
Nice. Good idea. For our viewers, please don't go anywhere, because we will be back with another guest right after this.